Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you an OP level 200 Nagakiba Katana build guide in Elden Ring. This is a huge katana and it's extremely powerful, so I'll be showing you what's possible with this weapon because it's able to basically one-shot a ton of enemies. So yeah, I'll be going over the leveling guide here. If you're level 200 or higher, I'll tell you where to put the stats. If you're lower than level 200, I'll also tell you where to put the stats. So we got 50 vigor here, 26 mind, 30 endurance, 18 strength, which is required to equip the Nagakiba, 65 dexterity. You need at least 22 dexterity, and this is probably the last stat to increase. I went with, I guess I have this on. I'll put on the white mask. That's going to increase the blood loss build-up damage that we deal. So I got 65 dexterity, 10 intelligence, 25 faith. This allows us to cast Golden Vow and 63 arcane there. Or I guess that's 60 arcane. You want to have at least 56 poise and a medium dodge roll there. Now, I also have for Talisman the Rod and Winged Sword insignia to increase the attack damage after we deal multiple attacks. The Millicent's Prosthesis and Lord of Blood's Exaltation, alongside the White Mask, will give you a 30% increase to your overall damage. I have both of these as the blood versions of the Nagakiba and the uchigatana, so that's going to deal a ton of damage and blood loss buildup. Now, there are some other ways that we can go about this. You can make them occult weapons, which I'll also show you in this build guide. But for incantations, we always want to have Golden Vow active as long as we can possibly have it, because it's going to give us increase to our damage and the overall damage negation that we'll have. So you're going to want to have a seal there, and we're going to start with Golden Vow here, and then Flame Grant Me Strength. These two are pretty much essential. They're going to give you huge buffs to your damage, especially if you go into a boss room. And then you can start with Swarm of Flies. What's good about Swarm of Flies is going to trigger the blood loss buildup to be able to get that Lord of Blood's Exaltation extra damage here. So just a simple swing, 1,000 damage. That's incredible. So that is just a single tap of the R1 button, but if we go with a charge attack there, it does a ton of posture damage. It'll trigger blood loss in the second hit. So yeah, we're triggering blood loss with just 2 swipes of the katana here, which is crazy. So that little explosion there triggers the blood loss, which will get the Lord of Blood's Exaltation going. So you're almost better off just focusing on attacking with these weapons, unless you want to do a bit of ranged attacks with the Lord of Blood, or with the Swarm of Flies there. So yeah, this deals a ton of damage. We're two-shotting pretty much everything here. And this is not even its final form. It gets even stronger. And the more attacks we do, the stronger it gets, and we're just wiping things out too quickly. So if we're to swap this out and put on something like the Claw Talisman, we can focus more on jump attacks, which will also pretty much trigger bleed as we go at them. So 2,000 damage for a jump attack is pretty crazy, with none of our buffs active at the moment, and we don't even have the Rod and Sword or Millicent's Prosthesis increasing our overall damage. So it gets crazy the amount of damage you can deal with the Nagakiba. So I'll go back, refresh the enemies, and give you another shot at what this looks like. So we're going to put the Occult scaling on it now, so it'll get a bit more damage that way. So we just got to swap out the Ash of War. I'm using Bloody Slash, although Double Slash is also a really good one to go with. So with the Occult scaling, you get much more damage there, as you can see, and then also you get a little bit less blood loss buildup, but that's okay. Also, I put seppuku on the uchigatana, because what you can do is, after you get your buffs active, you can actually use the uchigatana to trigger the blood loss buildup, so you don't even have to use the Swarm of Flies. You can literally just two-hand the katana, and then this will get the blood loss buildup inflicted, which then gives you the Lord of Blood's Exaltation damage boost. So that's huge. Also, it just makes it, gives it a bit more blood loss buildup too. So yeah, we're hitting for a lot of damage here, and you probably fell off the edge. Yep. So a couple slashes and we take out the enemy. Like, we almost one-shot them there, and that's, our Flame Grant Me Strength is no longer active, so that is crazy the amount of damage we can do with this. Nope. Now, we also have a pretty good charge attack with this, so you can see there we're going to be able to trigger the blood loss buildup. We'll string a potion so I don't get ganked from behind there. But typically with these, you want to do jump attacks as much as you can. I'm also using, this is basically the Raptor's Black Talons from the DLC, which will give you an increase of the damage when you do jump attacks here. So that can be really great just for focusing more on the jump attack side of things, and as you can see, the damage is incredible. So this build is extremely powerful because of a few things. We got obviously high stats, the occult scaling and the high blood loss buildup, Lord of Blood's Exaltation alongside the White Mask, Millicent's Prosthesis, so as we continue attack we get stronger, and then the Claw Talisman for jumping attacks. But if you want to swap it out for something different, you can also go with the 2 Turtle Head Talisman or Green Turtle Talisman to increase the stamina recovery. That's always a good one. pretty much any build. Shard of Alexander if you're going to be using the Bloody Slash a bit more. I didn't even get a chance to because we were wiping the enemies out way too quickly, so that is another option because it will deal a bit of extra damage. I really like to use the Bloody Slash or Double Slash. Double Slash basically makes it like the Rivers of Blood, so you can see there, this does hurt us a little bit, but the range is pretty great on it, and it deals a ton of damage, so yeah, it's a good option for an Ash of War here, and it's in the Blood Infinity too, so there it is. That is a level 200 Nagakiba build guide in Elden Ring. We didn't finish them off, but we did there. So if you found this video useful, please hit the subscribe button below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.